Good afternoon and welcome again to another Wednesday Live. And today I thought that I would share with you a question that I received from someone about boundaries and how do you create boundaries in your business with your clients and your employees or contractors. So thanks for joining me today. And when you get here, please just let me know that you're here and say hi. And if this information is helpful to you, please share it with a business buddy because it may be something that they're struggling with, but they just have never talked about it before. And again, my name is Michelle Mitchell, and I am the Chief Financial Officer here at Mitchell Consulting, as well as a business coach for small business owners and female entrepreneurs. So, boundaries. How do you set boundaries, or where do boundaries start? I always say that, especially for women, we have a hard time with boundaries because we have a hard time with boundaries in our personal life. And if we are having problems in our personal life maintaining boundaries, then of course, as you start building and developing your business, of course you're going to have issues with boundaries in your business. Because in the beginning, you just wanted a client and you would do whatever it took to get and maintain that client. So you set the expectation from the beginning of the engagement without any real boundaries for your business. So I know this happened to me, and I started out with like allowing clients to call me on my personal cell phone. I allowed them to contact me whenever they had a question because I didn't set up any guidelines to them in the onboarding process. So what do you do? How do you know where to start? Well, the first thing I would say is to start with yourself personally. How do you want people to interact with you, whether it's in person or in business? It could be with colleagues, it could be, with employees or clients, and it could be your own family, your siblings, your aunts, uncles, cousins, whatever. How do you set boundaries with them? Because a lot of times when we start our businesses, we're working from home, especially if you are a service-based business. You start in your home environment. So of course, your family and friends know that you're at home, and they may begin to take advantage of you because they think that you're just at home and you're available. Either you're available to talk on the phone during the day, or you're available to go hang out and go to the movies or whatever. And yes, there are times when that happens because we want freedom in our business. But there's also times when you actually work. So you need to set the boundary with family first to let them know these are my working hours, and I can't just take a phone call from you and be on the phone for 2 hours with you. I'm actually working and I'm trying to get some things done, or I'm in the process of moving my business forward. So you have to set parameters around what you want and what your ideal day is going to look like for your family. So I would actually start there. And then setting expectations for your clients. And the easiest way to begin to do this is when you onboard a new client. You have to decide what your boundaries are. You need to know how you're going to communicate with new clients, how they should communicate with you. What is the best way for them to reach you? So if you're a phone person and you like people to call you, are they calling your personal cell phone number or are they calling your business line? You need to be able to set those boundaries so they know what the expectation is to how to contact you. Do you like text messages? So do you like personal text messages, or do you want them on your business line? You need to know what these expectations are before you can share them with a client. But the best way to do it is to share it with them in your onboarding process. So in my business, I really don't like people texting me on my personal cell phone, because if I am out and about and I get a client text on my cell phone, I may look at it, but I completely forget about it, and I forget to go back to it when I'm in my office. So the ways I like for clients to contact me: one, I prefer email. One, because it gives documentation for what the client needs. And then I have a program where I can assign work from my email. So whether I need to pass it off to one of my team members or to put it on my own to-do list, it's easier for me to do that if it's in an email format, because I can just email that to my project management system, and it becomes part of my workflow and how I follow up with clients. Or you may have a software like Slack, and maybe they can text you via Slack if they are making a request, and that's just part of your workflow. But you, as the business owner, need to decide how you want people to contact you and what's the best way within your personal workflow, because yours may not be like mine. Whatever your personal workflow is, you need to communicate that in the onboarding process of your new client. So let them know, how do I contact you? If it's an emergency, what am I supposed to do? And all of these things are laid out in your checklist on your onboarding process. So if you've been in a habit of doing things and you don't like it, like a couple days ago, I read a Facebook post where someone was talking about their social media manager, and she says that, you know, her clients contact her at all times of the day and night, and she's a single mom and she doesn't want to be interrupted when she's with her children. But has she set the expectation up front? Yes, you may see me posting things on social media for your business, but I have probably scheduled that, and I'm not sitting at my computer actually working. So she needs to set the expectation with them. Even though you see me on social, I may not be present at that moment. And, you know, you're texting me or whatever during my family time. And just tell them I will get back to you within 24 hours of a communication, via whether it's email, text, phone call, Slack, whatever. So just set those expectations. So you may be asking the question, okay, so Michelle, I started this and I don't like what's going on. What am I supposed to do? How do I change it? So the way you change it with clients, employees, contractors, whoever it is in your business, is that you need to become very clear about what those expectations are. And then you need to be a very good communicator. And you need to communicate it to your client, employees, contractors in a written format and in a verbal format. So, you know, people learn differently. And you can also do it in a kinesthetic format, because people learn in different ways. And the kinesthetic way, or if you don't know what that is, that's actually doing something. So if they communicate with you in a way that you've already communicated how you want that to happen, but they continue to do it. So, I mean, you can be hard-nosed about it and just say, I'm not going to return that message because you did not follow the way I wanted you to communicate with me. Or you can give them gentle reminders. Hey, please refer back to X, or please refer back to Y. And when they feel the pain of you not responding to them in that kinesthetic way, then they will begin to change their behaviors. But you may have a C employee, which means you are on your way out the door. If they are not conforming to the way that you want to operate your business. Once again, you are in control. This is your business. You are the lady boss, and you get to decide how people interact with you within your business. And if you have set up guidelines and protocols for that to happen, then people should follow it. And if they don't follow it, I believe that they're not an ideal client, they're not an ideal employee, or they're not an ideal contractor. So the ball is really in your court, and it's whatever your expectation is. So, you know, I've been working on this for 9 years, and I've been where you are, where people is just contacting me all over the place. And, you know, I didn't want that. So, hey, Georgette, thanks for joining. Hey, Denise, thanks for joining. You know, over time, I became, you know, kind of hard with this. And I believe that if people want to work with you, they will conform to the way you would like to work. I mean, you are the expert in whatever it is that you do. You are the lady boss of your business, and you get to decide how your business operates. So if you need help with any of that, you can reach out to me. You can respond to this post, or you can jump on my calendar and we can have a strategy session at passiontoprofitsession.com. And I will put that in the link in this post. So if you don't have any questions, those who are here, if you have any questions, put them in there now. Otherwise, I'm going to see you guys next week. So I appreciate you, and I will be here next Wednesday at noon to give you some more tips on how to run your business better. Talk to you soon. Bye.